move on to this actual variant now. Are you ready? This is the big, you know how all these local news companies are all owned by like 2 or 3 companies?
Yes.
They're owned by 2 or 3 big corporations. You know how we played that side hustle story? And it was the one out of like Michigan, but it had literally the same exact script as the news story in Minnesota.
Right.
They said the same stuff, played the same clips, made it look like they put this story together, but really the company put the clips together, sent it to the local news and said, here's the script you're going to read. I feel like what we're about to watch now from WXYZ in Detroit is going to be the news report you're going to hear on all of your local news. Word for word, bit for bit.
Okay.
It's about COVID. It's about this new magic variant that, and stop me if you've heard this one before. Guys, this is a bad strain.
Oh, hey, I've heard that.
Okay, well, let me try this one. It's a mutant strain.
I've heard that.
Oh.
I've had the mutant.
This one is really contagious. And
We've all had the contagious one.
Well, this one can really spread quickly, this new variant. Stop me again.
I think we've heard that too.
Oh, well, look, the president's polling at 38%. Give us one more chance.
In today's health alert, the CDC is keeping a close eye on a new COVID-19 variant named BA.286. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Brian Abel.
Do you think the people hosting the news, when they start off the news and they go, they're trailing a new COVID variant, did they understand that most of the people watching are screaming the F word at them and going, shut up! Nobody gives a shit! I don't care! Or do you think they're like, oh, we're really letting people know, we're putting their fears at ease?
I think they believe that they're doing something good for us.
Oh, well, wonderful. Because I'd hate for them to feel bad.
I know. It's totally not their fault, for spreading all this around.
I'm Glenda Lewis. 7 cases have been identified worldwide. And
Holy shit!
Boy.
Guys,
shut her down.
Lock it the fuck down. Get your masks out.
7?
Stop going to the gym. What are you? What are you, a killer?
That's a case too far. I could have handled 6, but we can't do 7.
Holy shit. There's little Africans in like Kenya right now going, there have been 900 cases of Ebola in my village this year. Is anybody going to come help us?
I watched my whole village bleed out of their anuses until they died.
Right. From the Ebola virus. Shut up, you diaper-wearing asshole. This isn't about you. White people are getting sick. We have to report it.
But he's had that diaper on for like a whole week, sir. He doesn't have anything.
My grandfather got bitten by a mosquito, and now all of us are turning red and dying. Is there anything you could do for us? Did you hear me? 7 people have the sniffles in 200 different countries. You piece of shit. Excuse me, sir. Could I get some mosquito netting so my family is not killed by what in the West would be a completely manageable virus with something like ivermectin? No! We need to burn our ivermectin so people don't take it when they have COVID.
No horse paste.
But it would really help my malaria, and I hear it's a very cheap drug. You shut the fuck up. We have a president to reelect. I mean a virus to stop.
Can we at least get him a can of mosquito spray?
Sir, my uncle just bled out through his eyeballs. I was wondering if perhaps you could pump the brakes on the COVID and come help us for just a moment.
Those poor little kids in Africa.
I know. Nobody gives a fuck about little African kids. No. Jesus.
I'm not laughing because I think it's funny.
It's dark.
It's horrifying. It's the only way I can handle it.
They're bleeding out of their anuses to death. And you guys are like, 7 people have this new variant. Holy shit. Hey, a kid in Africa was born today. Oh, what happened then? Hey, he just died. Why?
Died on impact.
He was born in mud, and he just got an infection and died right away.
He got Ebola straight from the shit water they rinsed him off in.
He was birthed into a shit river, and he died 3 hours later. But don't worry. Hey, guys, we got 7 cases of COVID we got to keep an eye on.
Of the BA 96er.
Look, my entire family looks like Patrick Dempsey getting off the plane in Outbreak. I was wondering if you could send us some medicine that would solidify our guts once again. No! Aww. We need to lock things down for COVID. Would you like to trade your COVID for my village's malaria?
No.
No! We need our COVID! Please, sir, I live in a very hot climate. I could sweat it out easier. This malaria hangs on like a motherfucker.
One of them was detected here in Michigan.
Our chief health editor, Dr. Parker.
Well, then put him down and stop the spread.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How many strains have we had now?
Last count.
Last time that you checked?
There
were five strains
There were
on
five
your neck?
strains on my neck. There was no smut on my strep last time that I checked. I was selling zones in the ICU. And this virus was probably started by... Oh, never mind.
By me and you.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Right.
Exactly. Don't call me names.
How do we...
We don't.
When...
I'm sorry, but while this white woman is talking about these sniffles in the hospital, my uncle just bled out through his wiener hole.
E. Ugh.
These are real diseases. And when they get to your country, you give them Sprite and crackers, and they are fine. We were wondering if we could even get just some Sam's Choice lemon lime soda. Please, anything would help us.
What a bad day.
I would appreciate it if you could give us some off-brand. We will settle for stale soda crackers, as long as you could please get us the magic medicine that heals your people from Ebola while we sit here and bleed to death through our eye sockets.
Chicken and a biscuit and basically Price is Right.
That would be
Everyone's
wonderful.
fine.
I would take an expired box, please.
Oh.
I hear you're giving all your homeless people top shelf care in emergency rooms when they get COVID. If I bring my uncle in bleeding from his eyes, nose, mouth, and butthole, and I call it COVID, do you think you would help him? You can't slip Ebola past us. Yes, I know, we've tried.
I was going to ask a question.
You know, I've always wondered how Muslims become terrorists. I think I figured it out.
They're angry.
Excuse me, we have lots of problems here, and you seem to be giving the biggest bums in your country free medical attention, and you have the money to pay our government to kill us if we resist them. Do you think you could give us medicine? No, fuck you people. We just want cheap oil. We're going to blow up all of your skyscrapers because you will not fucking listen. I mean... Sorry.
How did that go?
I'm
Anyway,
just saying, Ron Paul may have been right. It might not be that they hate us for our freedom. We may be giant fucking assholes. All right, go ahead.
case A.
Yes.
Fuck. No, how do we, when people are getting sick and stuff, how are we discovering that there's so many new strains? Because, we've had COVID 3 times. I still couldn't tell you what variants we had. How do you just
I remember
find out
our
that, there's
variants.
a 6,000th new
We had
COVID
we had OG variant. We had Omicron.
the original gangster.
Yeah,
virus.
we had Omicron and we had Idris Elba.
Why do you know that?
Because those were the ones going around at the time. I'm just fucking guessing.
But you know what I mean? Like this 7th person here is in a fucking ER somewhere and they're just like, oh, it's the badass version.
Oh,
BA.
by the way, that's just stock footage. That's not someone with
I know
COVID.
it's not.
Yeah.
I know it's not.
That was my uncle.
you know what I mean?
His
They're just
wiener
pulling
hole had
new-
a bandage on it.
I don't know that there are different variants. I've had the same symptoms every time I've had this
Are you
shit.
a variant denier?
I think I am.
Holy
I think
shit.
they're just, let's just scare them with the BA 96.
Well, guys, we'll be on Rumble tomorrow, and pretty much from then on at this point, which
fuck your variants.
would be pretty nice. By the way, am I right to write down COVID Africa for a bit to clip out for later? If you don't watch,
If it's not right, then all right, I don't want to be you.
if it's wrong, I don't want to
If
be
it's
right. Yeah.
wrong, I don't want to be right.
All right, guys, we're 16 seconds into them scaring the shit out of us over this new COVID variant. Let's hear them out.
Nandy is here with more on, and Dr. Nandy, what can you tell us about this case in Michigan, and what details do you have about this new
one
variant?
case.
So, Brian, this new lineage of COVID-19 was first identified in Israel, but
No, I'm not.
Can we switch to Rumble for the day?
Aaron, you're going to piss a lot of really sensitive people off by noticing things.
Rumble
Stop
Wednesday.
it.
Rumble Wednesday.
Oh, Rumble every day.
Make
at
the
this
switch.
point. If this is going to be the big news for the next couple of weeks, I'm not going to be able to be on YouTube.
Try until November of next year.
The first. Oh, God. Just stop it. I don't want to think the way I think. You do this. You make me do it. Holy fuckaroni. All right, continue on.
New variant.
so Brian, this new lineage of COVID-19 was first identified in Israel, but
No fucking way. That is a crazy coincidence that a country that small would just have
Did
this.
you just kind of feel sick?
They never come from Mozambique.
I feel sicker from like the lies people have told me than COVID.
More cases of B286 were quickly reported in Denmark, the UK, and now here in the US. Now, according to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the first case of BA286 was found in Washtenaw County, and due to patient confidentiality, we have few details available. All we know now is that the person is an older adult with mild symptoms, which is
Fuck you! I don't care.
Wait a minute.
Mild symptoms and shit. Why do we even need to talk about this?
This variant fucking bananas.
They're trying to scare the piss out of you, and then they follow it up with saying it's an old person with mild symptoms.
April, can I stop you? Because I've heard this one before.
Please stop before my head explodes. I just had this disease.
Guys, BA286, fucking crazy, man. Came out of Israel. It's fucking wild, this thing. Oh, really? How many cases are there? Well, just one so far in the United States. Oh, yeah? How's it going?
Is he dead yet?
Yeah, he's got the sniffles. Excuse me. I feel like now would be a good time to interrupt. My uncle is still bleeding from his anus, and I was wondering if you could throw some spare medicine at us.
I'm sorry, but an older adult with a mild symptom means his eye goop was extra thick that day.
Yeah.
He couldn't blink correctly.
He'll be fine. I'm sorry, but I have a test for every COVID-19 variant. I inject it into an elderly person, and I go, if you can't fucking kill this person, I'm not scared of you. I'm sorry. But if you can't even kill that, like, dude, giving an older adult mild symptoms if you're a COVID variant is like losing to Glass Joe in Punch-Out, okay? I'm turning into Bill Maher. Okay.
Does this not piss anyone else off?
Well, it's just,
they're literally on the news trying to scare you with mild symptoms for an old person.
My thing with stories like this.
And you're right.
Shit.
Africa's dying. This bit has taught me only that I'm more afraid of Africa in general than I am of this virus.
Well,
because we let everything run rampant over there that will kill you.
And you know, the thing is with this is that it's every fucking time. It's every time. And people go, and you know, you
I just had a body bags moment. You know how you screamed and yelled on the radio that there better be body bags?
You better kill people.
I just had a moment where I'm like, that bullet point better say that guy died.
That guy better be fucking dead or I don't want to. You know what? That needs to be our attitude with COVID. And you know, Gino gets this too from people. They're like, why are you talking about it then? I have an audience.
Because they're controlling our life.
I have 700 to 800 people at any second listening to my voice. I have a few thousand people every day listening to my voice. And every month I have about combined Rumble and YouTube, 60,000 people.
With the humble brags.
That watch our content. If I can reach a few of them and make them laugh, because I feel like the Africa bit and all that stuff, that's like the sugar with the medicine.
Yeah.
And then inside of the
helps it go down.
And playing Erica and doing voices and stuff like that. And doing shit like that. Shaka. That stuff makes people laugh. And then when they're ha ha ha, and when they're ha ha ha-ing, you just kind of throw that little pill right in their mouth. And then hopefully a few hundred of them. And look, I'm not saying like I don't do shit, you don't do shit, whatever. I just want you to notice. I just want you. It's better to know you're being fucked with than to wonder.
It is.
And so I at least want to let people know, you know, the amazing Randy said this about the reason why he doesn't drink or do drugs. He says, I want to live in as real a world as possible. And that's how I feel about all of this shit. Tell me all the bad news. Make me feel like shit. You know, but at least let me see the lie and let me know what world I'm living in. You know?
Well, yeah, I'd rather live an honest existence.
And that's what I'm trying to do with my audience, and I hope they appreciate that.
Quickly reported in Denmark, the UK, and now here in the US. Now, according to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the first case of BA286 was found in Washtenaw County, and due to patient confidentiality, we have few details available. All we know now is that the person is an older adult with mild symptoms, which is...
Well, then take your masks and shove them up your asshole, because this is the big variant where they're like, oh my God, we need to bring masks back. We need to do this. We need to do that. Give me a dead old adult, and then, I mean, I still won't do it. I still won't hear you out. You know what? April's right. Show me a shitload of body bags, and then I'll consider it.
I do. I love that they do show, like, stock footage of hospitals and stuff to scare the shit out of you. Because it works for some people. They're like, oh, my God, I'm going to get this BA286, and I'm going to end up in the emergency room and on a ventilator, and I'm going to die. And then they follow it up with, we get mild symptoms and we can't really talk about it, but here's a news story on it.
I'm waiting for them to basically show us the trucker from Joyride with his bottom jaw off, ripped off in the hospital and going, this new COVID variant's a bitch. And they're just showing us stock footage from Joyride and going, anyway, he's 67 years old and he has a cough.
The day COVID makes our heads fall off, I'll be afraid.
Which is good that the symptoms are mild. As for what we know about BA.286, it has many mutations that make it different from the one circulating now. Scientists report more than 30 changes in the virus's spike protein.
Oh, really? How many of them were trademarked by Moderna in 2015?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
They got that tiny. You know how when you buy a diamond ring, there's like a tiny fuck all like engravement in there?
Oh, is there?
Oh, yeah. There's like an identifying thing in here.
I did not know that.
You need a microscope for it. When you look at a microscope, you're looking at the COVID spike variants.
Yeah.
Definitely Moderna and Pfizer in there.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, there's changes in the spike protein. This one has the Israeli flag on it, and this one says property of Moderna Incorporated. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
you didn't know
fucking
that?
weird.
Yeah, when you buy these shits, they like have a little identifier in there.
Does it tell you the African slave that mined them?
I hope so. Do you want to go check it out at Hellsberg later?
Yes, thank you for coming to see me. You need to tell your country about these diamond mines because they are spreading Ebola virus. As a matter of fact, my father just bled out from his pee hole, butthole, and eyeballs yesterday.
What was the name of the man that mined mine?
My name is Mbakwe.
Mbakwe.
Compared to its closest relatives, the BA.2 Omicron subvariant. Remember, the spike protein, that's what allows the virus to get inside human cells. So does this make BA.286 dangerous? Well, the strain is so new that scientists really don't know yet.
Then fuck you and shut up!
You know what we used to do when we didn't know shit about shit? We
Yes.
didn't talk about it yet.
Yeah. Hey, hey, doctor. Hey, you are the science. We've been told to trust everything you say. What do you know about this COVID-19 variant? Not really much at all. Well, then why are you telling us to be scared? Because I've been told that when I don't know stuff now, it's totally fine scientifically to pull it directly from your own asshole.
It used to be the thing to not discuss a thing we don't know about
Right.
because it causes panic in some.
The president is at 38%. Just make it sound scary. There's 30 changes in the spike protein. Does it make it less infectious, more infectious? We don't really know. Okay, could you show some stock footage of a guy on a ventilator?
They always do that too. They pull out all the stops to make sure you're afraid. They use the word mutation 30 times in the thing because you know what
Yeah.
mutation sounds like? Scary and
it's
nefarious and ominous.
You know, when Shredder mutated into Super Shredder, he almost took down an entire pier.
And they put the words spike protein up here and dangerous and all
Makes it-
this stuff. Make sure you can see it.
Makes it sound like a puppy. Little spike.
If there's real danger to the public's health beyond what we've already seen with the variants that are circulating right now.
All right, so even if we do have a new variant that's highly mutated beyond the original, aren't we already in a way better place than 2020 and 2021?
Yeah, it's very possible, right? Because a lot of
It's very
Wow.
possible.
Wow.
You just
This-
fired a shitload of people from their jobs because they wouldn't take an experimental injection, and now you're going to say, meh, it's very possible.
I like how this little puke over here is trying to be like a little bit of optimism. Like, hey, aren't we in a better place though? And maybe
Right.
we're going to be fine with this one. And he's
Well-
like, well, it's possible.
And that's my problem with the news is they're all
Deny.
just feeding each other and trying to make it sound like they're ad-libbing. It's like, but you're all just setting each other up for the next
I
thing.
hate these two.
Guys, you're
hate
being
'em.
worked. Don't let them work you.
people, Brian, now have some protection against COVID-19. Having said that, the last time we saw such a big change in the virus was when Omicron first appeared, and we had this huge wave with lots of folks getting sick. We should know soon more as scientists are testing against this virus with antibodies to see how they react. In the meantime,
Look at that last one. Look at that last one. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Oh yeah, they're running TV commercials suddenly about like they have like compilations of doctors saying how we need to get our kids vaccinated and all that too.
What, the COVID?
Yep.
Yeah. Look, man, you can't peg me as like an anti-vaxxer person. I think people who don't get their kids vaccinated against the tried and true, like nasty diseases,
Oh,
I
I've
think
had
that's
all
awful.
those.
I think that's awful. I think it's terrible not to vaccinate
Right.
your kids against all
Your
that.
kids will die an unnecessary death.
Because we've proven that they work. Like April said, you don't get polio.
Nope.
You don't get, measles, mumps, and rubella anymore. You don't get diphtheria. But when you're vaccinated against COVID, you still get COVID.
there have been no changes to health guidance. Please remember that. Everyone needs to consider their own personal risk, and those at high risk should continue to take precautions. Vaccination and boosting, to me, is still the best way to protect yourself from getting seriously ill or hospitalized. Speaking of vaccines, we should hear soon about the new boosters pending approval. The updated shot.
Oh, it all makes sense now. I get it. You know how we thought it was the low poll numbers or maybe something else, the bad economy, that was making them play up this new variant? They've got a new booster coming out.
Pending approval.
Right. They need to get that booster approved. And I bet you they saw a lot of people going, I'm not going to get boosted the next time. I mean, I've been hearing about these high school athletes, and I don't know if that's connected to anything. I'm not really sure, but I feel properly protected. I don't need to get that next booster. Then, oh my God, there's the B86. My God, it's the B86 virus. By God, it's coming for us, King. By God, business is about to pick up unless you get boosted. Oh,
try to finish before you laugh.
There's always another foot dropping.
Will most likely be ready in the coming weeks so folks can get them this fall. Please keep in mind that while our COVID case numbers have been low overall, they are still increasing. And with the new variant BA.286 appearing in 4 different countries in a short period of time, it shows that it's capable of spreading widely. So we need to be...
Excuse me. I still have a little COVID hanging around. Even though the COVID numbers are still low, they're increasing. It's in 4 countries, so it's shown that it can spread quickly. April, how many cases?
7.
7.
7 people.
Fucking 7. Oh, so this thing, oh man, spreads like a motherfucker.
Be prepared for a potential spike in cases this coming fall and winter. And we talked about this. You know, it's been a while since we've been vaccinated, so I can't wait for them to give us some guidance. So at least we can protect.
Oh my!
I can't wait.
Yeah, please, sir, govern me, Horder. Please tell me what I'm supposed to do. If you don't tell me what I'm supposed to do, I'll spin around in a circle and shit me trousers. Oh, you fucking guys.
Guy translation: live in fear, get boosted. And I was thinking this too, like they don't test my body against antibodies every time I get the flu or a cold or a strep throat. What's with all this list? Oh, we don't know how long you have antibodies if you get it. And,
Bo Archer says, Joyride, nice timely reference. Hey, I'm proud of a Joyride reference. That's a very subtle one. Idaho CW says, does the BA stand for Biden administration?
Holy fucking shit.
There you go.
I was just thinking they were thought like, oh, it's badass, man. This one's really going to do some damage.
FTW Nil, he's a good guy. He says, I never followed their bullshit the first time. Yeah, I mean, look, this next time, if they bring back the masks and shit, you're just going to have to say no. And if they throw you out, I'm still a capitalist and whatnot. If they ask you to leave, it's their property. Leave. Don't be an asshole.
And don't throw a fit. Just leave.
But only go. Don't wear the thing if they bring that back. And then hopefully there's enough places out there that are like, fucking A, man, I hear you. Come on in. You're more than welcome here.
That should be a test before people let you come shop at their place.
Right. And look, if that place, if people want to mask up and they want to do all that stuff, that's great, man. Awesome. That's been one of my biggest problems with this for years now, is that the people who choose to mask up and they choose to, do all this stuff that I don't think is necessary for me, they're, and then we go, oh no, I don't want to. And they're like, yeah, but I do this and I do that. And it's like, yeah, but here's the difference between you and me. People on your side will yell and scream and harass people like me. I would never tell you not to wear your mask if you want to. Go ahead. Wear it.
Are you getting vaccinated this time around?
Oh, me? Well, this virus. Did you know that this new variant has 30 different spike proteins?
30?
And did you know that it's in 4 countries with 7 cases? And they're not really sure how bad it is. The only guy who has it in Michigan so far, he's an old guy with mild symptoms, but they got a new booster coming out, so it could protect you.
That means his nose ran one time. It just ran for a long time.
They caught him sneezing in the broom closet at work.
And you know what, though? I got great news for you. It's not approved yet. I'm sure they'll get it signed, but there's a new booster going to be coming out soon, and I bet it does the job.
You know what? Sign me up. Hey, there are 800 of you watching this program right now. That is fucking awesome, guys. Thank you. Everybody hit like. It's great for the algorithm. It's great to spread the show. Hit subscribe, hit like, whether you're on Rumble or you're on YouTube. The Rumble numbers are giving YouTube a run for their money today, so keep that going, kids. Red Fox Mad with $9.99 says if it wasn't for Big Pharma, cable companies would be bankrupt, and news networks would also be bankrupt. Why does the U.S. let Big Pharma advertise on cable? That's a good question. In other countries, they don't let pharmaceutical companies advertise.
Isn't that funny? Thank you for your donation, by the way.
I'm sorry. Yes, thank you, Red Fox Mad.
It is fucking funny. And whether you have eczema or you have like a vaccine to be getting, every single commercial starts like doom and gloom, but there's a light and it's our medicine, and then it's followed by a laundry list of 37 ways it's going to kill you.
Look, you might drizzle, leaky brown water out of your asshole, but you won't feel as sad.
You might feel suicidal, life ending.
Yeah.
But you can get rid of your itchy skin.
See, I don't understand the whole dancing around, new variants, new boosters. I've been saying this now for the last few weeks. Let's just skip to the Civil War. Why do you guys keep dragging it out?
Because we're all a bunch of pussies, that's why.
All
of us. All of us.
Man, I feel like there's a lot of rot in this country, but it's focused in very small pockets where it's very dense population-wise. I feel like this Civil War would be like a shit fuck of this geography of the country versus very small pockets of this country.
It's like having cancer.
Right. Like in America, or in Minnesota, excuse me, the Civil War would be all of the state.
All of it.
Against Minneapolis and Rochester.
Yes.
That would be it. I mean, they would have the Mayo Clinic. All right, secure that one first.
Man.
Secure that first.
Boy, this is interesting. It's like playing Battleship.
Right. Although the people in those populations, not the best fighters. And if we
they burn down auto zones because they're angry.
No. If we can get to the based black and Muslim communities on our side, and drop leaflets and be like, hey man, you really want this shit happening to your kids at schools? And they'll be like, all right, we're signing up with you. It's like, yes! It's going to be like the Irish and William Wallace meeting in the middle of the battlefield and then shaking hands and turning on the English. All right, we got them.
Just show them proof that they're hurting their kids. It's over.
Right. Their chow.
They're churring.
Their chow. See No Evil says badges make okay. I got it. Guys, you got to remember, I've had a lot of practice at this. I know how to say just as much as you're allowed to say before, smash. So
we've already been very spicy for as far as YouTube goes.
Bo Archer says you have tons of Somali pirates. Look, man, I'd be recruiting them. That's for sure. I would do.
Absolutely.
Helgi says, do you feel natural human emotion? Here's a pill that will make you a hollow, emotionless shell of your former self. Ah, yes, but Helgi, they will become very good consumers.
Do you know what I wondered to myself the other day?
Whether or not you're a lesbian?
I've wondered that from time to time.
All right, fair enough.
I like to picture you as a lady.
Can we tuck?
You know that? Yes.
Call me Tuck Everlasting.
We are tuck friendly in this house. Ew, with the Tuck Everlasting thing. You know where that tent encampment was in town here? What businesses were around it?
That gives me so much hope. I hate hope. That gives me a lot of hope. See, Bo Archer liked my Joyride reference and my Tuck Everlasting.
I like to Tuck Everlasting. It was funny.
Yeah, the businesses around the tent. If you guys haven't been watching,
besides Culligan,
if you haven't been watching the show this week, here in St. Cloud, Minnesota, where there's still a shitload of based people, in my opinion. But
they're there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, there was a tent encampment that started, a homeless tent encampment. There were about 7 or 8 tents. And it was just the perfect size for us to squash it, set an example,
piss on it,
and fucking say, not in this city, not here. No. We're going to kick this shit out. Well, the city had trouble at first last week. They're like, apparently the federal law says that we have to have somewhere for them. And so they just talked to the Lincoln Center and they said, you fucking take these people. And they said, okie dokie, got them in there. The community complained. And April just made a great point. Across the street from that tent encampment,
and next to it,
there's 2 Somali delis and meat markets.
That's basically all there is on that corner,
So
except for Culligan.
I'm crossing my fingers that it was the Somali community that went, you're not going to make this fucking town uglier.
I hope they complained.
I hope they complained. I hope they went, oh, and by the way, if you don't do this, we'll say you don't care about black people and Somalis. You don't care about your Somali friends. And if that got them to jump, then great. Then I'm going to learn a great Somali accent and complain about more shit over the phone and say, I'm calling you racist.
Do they drink?
Not the hardcore ones. I mean, some of them do, but not the hardcores. If you're a believer, you don't drink.
Okay.
You do not. Set Me says, what do you guys think about Cyrax? I think he's fucking hilarious. Thank you very much. Steve Schreifel says, I always joke about Africans who have to walk 10 miles to get a bucket of water. Last week, a guy who just got here from Nigeria drowned in the quarry in Waite Park.
Aww.
Couldn't handle prosperity. Why is that funny to you?
Wow.
Jesus.
It's really dark.
Yes, my brother just died. He fell into the water and he could not swim. Oh, that's terrible. Yes, there was some white man laughing about it on a program somewhere. He's a real dick. Even the crazy bastard of a host who says all kinds of terrible, offensive things was taken aback by it.